Lower Largo, Alexander, it says Robinson Crusoe, but it's not, it's Alexander Selkirk was born down there. Alexander Selkirk is the real Robinson Crusoe. Daniel Defoe wrote a book about, based on the life, or the time, should I say, of Alexander Selkirk. What Alexander went and done, he was on a ship bound for, I think it was the West Indies, I think that's where he was heading anyway, and he kept complaining to the captain, saying the ship wasn't seaworthy. Every day he was at the captain complaining. The captain eventually says, if you don't stop it, you're off the boat. One more, following day, another complaint, and that was it. The captain pulled up alongside an island, took Alexander off and marooned him on the island all by himself. But when he left, he told people where Alexander was. But I believe it was round about 6 years that Alexander was marooned on the island until he was finally rescued, and that is actually the basis for Robinson Crusoe by Daniel Defoe. But that's where he was, Alexander Selkirk was born, just down in Lower Largo there. We've just passed through Upper Largo at the moment. This is more of a modern town we're in at the moment. Anyway, right, back to the fur bogs. Right, the bags were used to collect iron ore, and they would take, well, this very specific rock that they were asked to collect, they would take it to an alchemist, a magician, a deity. Who knows what they thought about these people who could turn magically rock into these amazing objects. A chisel, I've already mentioned a chisel, to chisel out sculptures into stone. An arrowhead. Up until this point, arrowheads were very, well, intricate pieces of workmanship. Little fragments of flint were forced into the shaft, a wooden shaft, and then bound together with strands of leather. It wouldn't be guaranteed to pierce a hide every time, and probably it would need repaired just about every single time it was used. Flimsy. Then somebody comes up with this one-piece arrowhead. A metal, it's got the weight in it, because the flint arrow would not have had the weight to carry the arrow true. The metal would have had the weight to keep the arrow flying in a nice long straight line. It would be considered that the metal was magical, because it could do something that the old flint could not do. There was magical properties in the metal, and they were put there by the magician, by the alchemist. Other things that were made, in fact, here's another one that they believed was a gift from the gods, these early people. They discovered this material which was light and strong. It could fly a long way in a slingshot, you know, the old slings, the leather strap with a little pocket at the end of it. You'd swing it, let one end of the string go, and it would send a missile flying. It was the missile, was this. They believed it was a gift from the god. Hard, it could do damage to a person when it hit them, or an animal, and light, it could fly a very long way. We are, of course, talking about concrete. It's written in Celtic mythology that this material was a gift from the gods. All sorts of things that this alchemist could make, they were all considered to have their own, very own magical properties. Fur bogs were said to be very tall people. As I said, there was lots of different types of people, all fell under this descriptive, the Celts. And as I say, the fur bogs were very tall. You've heard of William Wallace. If you've seen the Braveheart movie, he was described as a giant of a man. It's thought that he was actually a descendant of the fur bogs. The clan Cameron, my name is Cameron, the family, the